In this podcast episode, Ben Shapiro delves into the tumultuous state of the economy, particularly focusing on the recent significant drop in the stock market. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the interconnectedness of Wall Street and Main Street, arguing that the stock market's fluctuations impact a vast majority of Americans, especially those with 401k plans. Shapiro critiques the notion that the stock market operates independently of the broader economy, asserting that it serves as a barometer for investor confidence and economic health. Shapiro discusses the alarming decline in the U.S. stock market, which experienced its steepest drop since 2020, largely attributed to President Trump's new tariff regime. The market lost approximately $31 trillion in value, raising fears of a potential global trade war and recession. He notes that this downturn is not a result of external shocks, like the COVID-19 pandemic, but rather a consequence of deliberate policy decisions made by the Trump administration. The uncertainty surrounding these tariffs has left investors anxious, leading to a sell-off in the market. Despite a positive jobs report indicating the addition of 228,000 jobs in March, Shapiro argues that the market's reaction was muted. Investors are wary of the implications of Trump's tariffs, which they believe could hinder economic growth and job creation. He highlights the mixed signals coming from the White House, which further exacerbate investor fears and contribute to market volatility. Shapiro takes a critical stance on Trump's tariff policies, suggesting that they may not yield the intended benefits. He references economists who warn against the dangers of high tariffs and trade wars, drawing parallels to historical precedents that led to economic downturns. He argues that while the administration may claim these tariffs are necessary for national security and economic strength, the reality is that they could lead to higher prices for consumers and reduced economic growth. The podcast also touches on the uncertainty surrounding the administration's long-term economic strategy. Shapiro expresses concern that without a clear plan for how these tariffs will be managed or what the end goals are, the market will continue to react negatively. He emphasizes the need for a coherent strategy that reassures investors and fosters economic stability. In a shift from the economic discussion, Shapiro welcomes guests Dave McCormack and Dina Powell McCormack, authors of the new book, Who Believed in You? How Purposeful Mentorship Changes the World. The McCormacks share their insights on the importance of mentorship in personal and professional development. They discuss how mentorship can provide individuals with the confidence and guidance needed to navigate challenges and achieve their goals. Dina Powell McCormack highlights her own experiences with mentorship, recounting how influential figures in her life helped shape her career. She emphasizes that mentorship is not just about professional advancement, but also about instilling values and building trust. Dave McCormack adds that mentorship can be particularly impactful in the military, where leadership and personal development are closely intertwined. The McCormacks argue that in today's society, where many young people feel disconnected and uncertain about their futures, mentorship is more crucial than ever. They advocate for individuals to actively seek out mentors, and for those in positions of influence to invest in the next generation. Their book aims to inspire readers to recognize the transformative power of mentorship and to foster meaningful relationships that can lead to personal and societal growth. Shapiro also shares his thoughts on recent developments in the entertainment industry, particularly regarding the upcoming Superman film directed by James Gunn. He expresses disappointment in the portrayal of Superman, criticizing the humor and tone of the preview. Shapiro argues that the character's essence is being lost in favor of a comedic approach that does not align with the traditional values associated with Superman. In addition, he discusses the casting choices for the upcoming adaptation of The Magician's Nephew, expressing concern over the decision to cast Meryl Streep in a role that traditionally embodies a significant moral and spiritual message. Shapiro laments the trend of reinterpreting classic stories in ways that may alienate audiences and dilute their original meanings.